So we'll start off by just generally talking about diamonds. Now, diamond, when you hear the word diamond, I say people have different annotations. There would be people who would be thinking that, oh, diamond is just for jewelry. There would be people who are thinking diamond is only for solitaires, for rings. There could be people thinking diamond is precious. Let me start by telling you that diamonds have an incredible journey, and that's what we will be discussing today. Diamonds are Mother Earth's simplest yet most complex forms of natural beauty. Diamonds are derived from the Greek word adamas. Does anyone know what adamas is? Adamas means unconquerable. And they are formed over 1 million years under the deepest depth of the earth at almost 150 kilometers down. So a lot of times when you have volcanoes or you have earthquakes, a lot of this deepest part of the earth, they open up, and that's when the diamonds are pushed more towards the earth crust. All the different mines, whatever you have seen in photos, in pictures, in storybooks, in different journals, online, they are not that deep. So they have to do prospecting. When they find a mine, they have to first see whether that place is even enough, they will have enough supply to guarantee to conquer the cost. Let's go to the next slide. So here, yeah. So let's talk about how in India we are connected with diamonds. Now, you'll all be amazed to know, the people who don't know, that India has a very rich history with diamonds. Diamonds were first mined in India. They were first found in India, and they go back thousands of years. What you might know that you would have seen all the Maharaja and Maharanis wearing beautiful diamond jewelry. And very interestingly and oddly enough, we always think diamonds are best for ladies. Well, let me tell you this. They always started with being man's first love, and they evolved to the ladies now. So now I would say it's a very unisex appeal. It's not just for the ladies only. That's, I think, a big myth. Diamonds were considered as gifts of God, and they believed that they would ward off danger. For many millennia, for thousands of years, India was the only source of diamonds. It's so old that when Alexander the Great came to India, the first diamond, it is believed that he took it back to Europe. And that's how Europe started. Incidentally, if you read the story on how all these big brands, the French jewelers and all, they got into being, the diamonds are all coming from India only. And then they got it done, all the setting and the work happened there, the cutting happened there, but the mining was in India. You might have heard a famous mine in India called the Golconda mine. So they came up with some very beautiful diamonds. A lot of the big famous diamonds, I think most of you people in the room would have seen the movie Titanic. You would remember there was a famous diamond which a lady wears and then they throw it in the ocean. So that was a Hope diamond. Then you have the most famous diamond, the Kohinoor. So we all know that Kohinoor is from India, and sadly it's not in India anymore. It is in the Queen of England's crown. And we have to actually pay a ticket and pay money to see our own diamonds. Then the Shah, the Darya-e-Noor, these are all very famous diamonds which have been there. We're all from India. And let's go to the next slide. Now we'll talk about what happened in India. So diamonds started in India, but diamond being a natural resource, there is a limit to how much you can mine. There was a time when the mines started drying up. And when the mines started drying up, Indians, being very smart as we all are, we moved from diamond mining to diamond cutting and polishing. You will all be amazed to know that today in India, 90% of the world's diamonds by volume are still cut and polished in India. To give you some figures, the Indian diamond industry is employing more than 15 lakh people in Gujarat alone and 1.5 crore people in India. We have the best skilled labor in the world, even surpassing countries like China and other manufacturing hubs, and that's one reason why nobody has been able to compete with us as far as diamonds cutting and polishings are concerned. Next slide, please. So now we'll talk about why diamonds are so precious. Right, so we know that diamond is the purest form of carbon. We know that diamond is a very hard material, is 10 on Mohs scale. But why is it considered so precious? Well, one, whenever we talk about natural diamonds, there are only that many under the earth. There will be a time when this will get finished. And then what happens also, there's something called an offset of mining cost. When the price of diamonds is not justifying the mining cost, the mines have to shut down. That's exactly what happened in one of very famous mine in Australia called the Argyle mine. So one of the reasons why diamond is so precious is because out of all the gemstones in the world, diamond is the only one which has a maximum brilliance, fire, and scintillation. In easy words, it has the most attraction. So when you hold a diamond in your hand, whether it's a single diamond or you see a diamond necklace or a diamond bangle or a diamond bracelet, you will get a lot of attraction towards it. And that's one reason why people get drawn to it. Number two, it is virtually indestructible. Diamond which has survived for 1 million years. Our lifestyle, our lifespan is what? 50 years, 60, 70, 80, 90, maybe 100. For diamond, it is nothing. It's just 100 years. It's nothing because it's already survived for 1 million years. So that is where we say that a diamond is passed from a generation to the next generation because 100, 200, 300 years for diamond is a very small timeline for its existence. Plus, like I said, it is it's non-reactive. It doesn't react with anything. So you can wear it any way you want. I have ladies who put perfumes, deodorants and all. They have their other colored gemstones which get black, they tarnish. The diamond does not have any of those issues. It will always retain its luster. Only thing, yes, in India, because of our pollution, it gets dirty. Just go to a professional jeweler, they will clean it up for you. Next slide. Now, another reason why diamonds are really known is because of the love, the romance which is there. No, let's go back to that one, yes. So you would see that right from Hollywood actresses to Bollywood celebrities, they have always adorned themselves in diamonds. There was a very famous movie which came in the 50s or 60s, and there was a very famous American actress, Marilyn Monroe, who had the song, "A Diamond is a Girl's Best Friend." And in the recent time, we had another famous singer called Rihanna, who did the song called "Shine Bright Like a Diamond." So diamonds are still in people's memory. People love it. You see any red carpet event, whether it's happening at the Cannes, it is happening at the Oscars, it's happening even in our Bollywood film fair or any of things close to us, you would always see a lady decked up in beautiful diamonds. Diamonds are considered as everlasting symbol of love and commitment. I told you the lifespan of a diamond. And hence, even today, for all weddings and anniversaries, you will see a person giving diamonds. Now, a lot of it is marketing jargon also. De Beers came up with the slogan, "A diamond is forever." And since then, people started thinking, in Hindi, they started saying, "Heera hai sada ke liye." And this terminology was really marketed very, very well by a lot of these big brands in India. And that's when Indians started falling in love again with diamonds, which already we had for thousands of years. Then I will now, once we talk about a technical part, I'll come back to the money part also. Let's go to the next slide. So this is a very interesting thing which has now happened in the last 5 years or so, I would say. What has happened is that diamond as a category, which always was mined from the earth's crust, now has changed. Now it is made by a human, by a man. And there are two types of, and they're actually grown in a lab. So they are called as lab-grown diamonds. So there are two kinds of lab-grown diamonds. One is a HPHT. HPHT stands for high pressure, high temperature. And the other one is called chemical vapor deposition. Both of them I'll explain you, and let's go to the next slide. I'll explain you how it works. So HPHT is an older way of making diamonds. Basically, let's have the photo, please. So basically, there is a reactor. You put a lot of pressure, a lot of heat in the reactor. There's a diamond seed. It's basically a small wafer-thin real diamond. And we put a lot of pressure and heat in it in a short span of time. And then we grow a diamond. So basically, it starts depositing diamond layers on top of the small seed, which is already there. And as we grow the diamond, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it comes to a form where we can take it out. And then we do this whole process of cutting and polishing, what you would do with a natural diamond. Next slide, please. The other and the most recent way of doing it is called CVD. CVD stands, like I said, for chemical vapor deposition. In this, we use a plasma. We have a microwave beam, which is passing through the plasma cloud. It is also cutting wafer by wafer layers and depositing it on the seed. So again, you grow the diamond. You can see from the chart how the blue is what the seed is, and in the white, it's very faint, but that's how you grow a diamond. Now, a normal diamond is an octahedral shape. In this, it makes more like a cube or a cuboid shape for diamond, and then you can cut it in different shapes. Let's go to the next one, please. Okay. Now let's talk about what is lab-grown diamonds, what is natural diamond. So first of all, I told you that a lab-grown diamond is done by man, is done in a lab. It's artificially done. A natural diamond is done by nature, Mother Nature. It takes 1 million years to form. Very interesting. A lab-grown diamond can be formed only from 24 hours to 1 week, which is, it's written 15 days, but now they've even made it to a week's time. So just think about this for a second, that something which is over 1 million years formed in a week's time in a lab, okay? Quality now you can control, because you can control the process of how you're making a diamond. You can control the flaws, you can control the color, you can control the inclusions. You might have heard diamond has a grading criteria of the 4 C's: cut, carat, color, and clarity. All of that you can control now, artificially. They say that lab-grown are great because they're conflict-free. Now let's talk about this. What does conflict-free means? How many of you have seen the movie Blood Diamonds? Please raise your hand. So few. Okay, if you get a chance, please see it. I think it's on Netflix. This is the movie in which they actually show what life is in a lot of these poor African countries and how they use illegally a lot of the local population to mine diamonds. So I'll be honest with you, this is all true. A lot of the diamond industry has gone through this in the early days, where a lot of countries like Angola, Sierra Leone, Congo, these countries, you were getting a lot of these diamonds which were coming out. And these diamonds were in turn used for terrorist activities. They used it to fund guns, to get bullets, to kill innocent people. So when the diamond lobby realized this, they made a consortium, and they all sat together and they came up with something called a Kimberley process. In a Kimberley process, you have a certificate of origin. So what they did is they banned these countries, which is namely Angola, Sierra Leone, Congo, which were mostly these war areas and very, very poor countries. And they only started getting diamonds from recognized sources. So countries like Australia, Argyle, countries like Russia, you have Alrosa mine, you have Ekati mine in Canada, you have then some mines in Botswana, South Africa, all of these countries which were normally recognized countries, you started buying, and that's what had to be put and shown when the diamonds were being cut. So that really stopped a lot of the illegal activities which were happening in the natural diamond industry. Another thing, lab-grown diamonds, a lot of people like is because it's very reasonable. It's about 40 to 50% cheaper than mined diamonds. And on the contrary, natural diamonds are very expensive. In fact, they're appreciating a lot in value. Next one, please. Yeah. Very interesting. So what do you think is the resale value of a lab-grown diamond? It's 0. No matter what you pay. Let's say today you pay 1 lakh rupees for a 1 carat or a 2 carat diamond, which is a lab grown. You'll find the same brilliance, fire, and scintillation. But the money back what you are going to get is complete zilch, nil, 0. On the other hand, natural diamond will appreciate in value between 15 to 150% depending on the color and the clarity and the weight. Next slide, please. So let's talk about this, why I strongly support natural diamonds. Number one, earthly origin. This is a gift of nature. This is something what nature wanted to make, wanted us to have, and we are truly blessed to have this today and see it and enjoy it. Rarity and value, we talked about why is it considered rare? Because it is in limited quantity. It will finish one day. You can still keep making diamonds in the lab, but the natural diamonds will finish. Environmental impact. Okay, so this was very interesting. So a lot of people say that, okay, we'll go for a lab-grown diamond because it has a very low carbon footprint, which is true. You don't dig a hole in the ground to take out all this, but what they don't tell you that when you are making a diamond in that reactor, the earlier slide what we saw, you are using immense amount of energy. Because think about it, you are creating that much of energy in a matter of 48 hours to 1 week. What you would normally, what Mother Earth takes 1 million years to form. So it's a huge amount of resource wastage in that also. It's considered unique symbol of love. And very interesting, this is a point which you will not read anywhere. I did a lot of research as a gemologist, and what I found is this, and I put my brain on it. I was like, why would not people buy man-made diamonds or synthetics or lab-grown? They are a fraction of a cost. They have the same brilliance and fire. They have the same allure. They are so pocket-friendly, and you can really enjoy wearing it. But why would you not buy? That's when it kind of dwelled on me that, when you're making something artificially in a reactor, which you are doing in a matter of hours and days, how safe is it for human consumption? The research is not done yet. Can it cause any tumor? Can it cause cancer? Can it cause any other body deformities? We don't know. What we do know, that a natural diamond which has been there for 1 million years has survived that long. So even if it had any negative effects, it's already dissipated over that 1 million year time. But something in a lab, which is for a few hours or a few days, we really don't know how safe it is. So that's why I say that natural diamond is 100% safe to wear. I can't say the same for a lab-grown diamond. Next slide, please. Very interesting chart. Yeah. So the first chart on the left-hand side is the value of a man-made diamond or a lab-grown diamond. And you can see the graph is on a downhill trend. So I'll tell you why this is. When the Chinese, so very interesting, like how we have China starting with a lot of these fake stuff, as we say, this is China. What do we think about China, right? This is not long lasting, right? That's what we feel. So same way, they were the first people who started man-made diamonds or lab-grown diamonds. And when they started, the whole process was very expensive. So the price was very high, almost at par as a natural diamond. But as they started improving the technology, the price started going down, 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 and down. So now is a point where you can get almost 1/4 the price. So let me give you some examples. So let's say 1 carat diamond, you spend 4 lakhs, okay, in rupee terms, for a natural. You will get a man-made diamond for 1 lakh. So for a lady, it's the best thing, or any man also. You say, wow, I'll gift my wife a big diamond, a 2 carat diamond. I'll still save a lot of money. I still have money for my car. I still have money for my laptop. I still have money for my iPhone. And still, she'll be happy. Because how does she know, right, what it is? But what they don't understand, that people are very smart. People will do their background checkup. They will go to their jeweler and find out, ye kitne ka hai? Isi kya value mujhe milegi? On the other hand, if you look at a natural diamond, this graph is going up, up, and up. There was a huge spike in this. 2 times this happened this year. Once it happens on Valentine's Day, 14th February. Okay, interesting fact. It's not because the buying went up. It just happened that day. Okay. Secondly, it happened again in the month of April. Can anyone guess why it happened in April? That's the Indian aspect. Any international phenomena happened around that time? Big one. It was all in all the news, whether it's a CNN or a BBC or anything. Yes, it was a Russia war. Do you know now that the biggest mine in the world is Al Rosa? And who owns Al Rosa? Is the Russian government. So India is a major buyer of diamonds from Russia, and because of the war, the supply stopped. So when, obviously, the basic rules of demand and supply, when the supply stops, the price is bound to rise, and that's what happened. It's up. At one point of time, the diamond price of natural diamonds went up by a whopping 46%. Trust me, all of you, forget everything, buy a diamond, put it for some time, you will make a lot more money than any of your FDs, mutual funds, or even gold, right? Jabki gold is a class 1 asset, it's considered the best recession-proof, but this did it in the short term, okay? So that's your graph there. Well, I won't tell you that it will keep rising over time, but over time it will increase, because you can see it. You can't see it, it's very small. So this graph is from 2018 all the way till now. So it's a 5-year cycle, 4-year cycle, what I'm showing you. Next slide. Okay, so please let's look at this picture, okay? On one hand, we have a natural diamond ring. On the right hand is a lab-grown ring. Can you see any difference in both the pictures? Anybody can see any difference? Well, I'll tell you as a jeweler, you cannot differentiate. So, the question could be in your mind, how do you know whether what diamond you're buying from any jeweler, is it a lab-grown or is it a man-made? What you need to do is this. First of all, you need to go to a jeweler which has been there for generations. You don't want to go to somebody who's been just recently in business, whoever you go to. That's your decision. Also, you need to make sure that whenever they give you a diamond, they give you an international gemological certificate. It could be any lab. There are 3 main labs. There's a GIA, there's an IIJS, there's an HRD. It could be any lab. That's secondary. What is important is that there should be an independent analysis of the diamond by a third party, which is not the jeweler. Let me be clear. So a jeweler certificate is secondary. Primary is the lab certificate, any lab what you get. And that should say the word natural on it. Okay? Third, ask that jeweler that, sir, do you offer me a money back? What is your money back? And next, do you give this in writing? These are all very important aspects, because otherwise it'll be very difficult for you to understand whether it's a natural or a lab grown. And the fourth one is that you ask them that, do you have an on-site gemologist? And do you have a lab detecting machine either in your factory or in your store? So these 4 or 5 principles are very important to remember whenever next time you're going to buy out a big diamond or even a diamond jewelry necklace, to find out whether they are natural or they are lab grown. Next. So in conclusion, nowadays we see a lot of young people who are, especially ladies, who are now starting out in their careers. This room is full of a lot of the teachers. So a lot of the teachers, a lot of the doctors. Yesterday I had an Indigo pilot who came to me, and this was her first diamond purchase, and she was very excited, very happy. You know, so a lot of people nowadays, I'm seeing a new trend that people are not getting their mothers and fathers and their aunts and uncles. They're coming alone. They're coming by themselves. They're walking very proudly. They're putting their money where their heart is, and they're buying a diamond. The diamond they are buying, they are not only wearing it and enjoying it, they're flaunting it, and hence, you know, feeling really good about it. So that's my talk. Thank you so much for your time.